What's going on, crew? Klutch here. We got a brand spanking new tractor today. Brand new Kubota coming at you. I'll tell you about it in a bit here, guys. Let's get to work. Pitter patter. Well, we got to the winter here on the Kubota dairy farm. I mean, it's looking pretty. It's spring. Everything is kind of dead still. I'm surprised at how dead it is out here, to be honest. But what's not dead is our brand new Kubota. Finally got a brand new Kubota. You know what? We've been needing a brand new piece of equipment, something a little bit more horsepower. Unfortunately, I was hoping for more. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for something a little bit bigger, but this still ain't bad. We're gonna put this thing to work today. Give this thing a shot. This is the M7 Kubota. You know what? We just got it picked up first thing in the morning here, and let me drive this back home, and we'll compare it to what we've got. Now, and we'll see what do you guys think? I mean, this is actually not bad. This is pretty cool looking. All right, let's get this Mac fired up. Let's get it out of here. We'll get this thing back home, and we'll go from here, guys. We'll see how this works out, but things are looking pretty good for us right now. No traffic on the roads this morning. It's I think everyone's hunkered down. It's still pretty chilly out, guys. I think most people are still hunkered down. They got the fireplaces on still, but we gotta get to work. We gotta get the dairy going here and get some. We need to get some fields planted. There she is. The farm's right there on our left. Nothing coming. Nothing coming. All right, around we go. And let's go compare what the old Kubota was, because it's not a big increase. I'm not gonna lie, between what we had before and what we've got now. Now we still have all the old equipment. We didn't trade anything in. This is just purely an upgrade. Happy cows out there in the field, looking good. We're finally getting some milk as well. All right, so brand new Kubota M7. Now, like I said, we've got, well, you guys know the Kubota farm. That's all we've run in is Kubotas. We got two of the M11s or M111s, sorry. Now, we do have the one back there that's been tuned up a little bit, but I mean, these are running just over 100 horsepower. Like this one right up here, it's just a little bit over 100 horsepower. It's not great for a lot of things, but like windrowing, that type of stuff, that's not bad for that. It does do a decent job with that kind of stuff. It's kind of our small usable tractor for that kind of stuff. Now, of course, we also have two of these M3901s. We have the open cab here for my moving hay around, basically moving bales around tractor, as well as the cab version of the 6060. Very similar tractors, similar in horsepower, a little less than 100 horsepower, both of these guys. This one here, we actually ended up using this for our auger. That was pretty much its only job for the most part last year. And then finally we get to the M5, the 135 GX here, guys. This is the one that this is the kind of our main workhorse tractor. We use this for pretty much everything. It's 170 horsepower. It does pretty much everything we need for the most part. And I'm hoping that, well, this new tractor is going to take a little bit of the workload off of this. In fact, I hope that becomes our new main tractor. We'll have to wait and see though. Let's, you know what? Let's drag this over. We'll compare them head to head here and see how they compare. I mean, I do love this tractor. This tractor's been great for us. We got the duals on it. It's nice interior, nice and open. We got the big skylight up top, so it's really nice to drive, but it's still a little bit on the small side. Let me just pull this around. We'll leave this right here for now, and let's pull off the M5 and shut that down. I mean the M7. Let's pull the M7 off. All right, first fire up. There we go. Now this is a little bit of a newer tractor. We've got the GPS and stuff on this as well. A little bit, a little higher end. It's a little bit, it's got a little bit more horsepower. Like we're talking 5 horsepower is all we're going to get out of this extra. So I don't think that's going to be a make or break for us. Let's get this thing off, reverse it down and off the ramps. Now we don't have duals on this. We've gone with weights on this to weight down that back end a bit more. I hope that doesn't cause us issues. We're pretty wet out in the field still, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's park this right beside here. Just take a little looky-see. There you go, guys. M7 versus the M5. Now, yeah, definitely a little bit bigger for sure. So I'm thinking that might work. It might be a little bit better for hauling some of our stuff around. A little more weight, especially like our grain trailer, that kind of stuff. That's really where this might come into play. Of course, it does have the front PTO on this as well, front 3-point. We've got a bucket system. We can actually put a front loader on this one as well if we do need. That's not an option for us on the M5. So we did have to put the weight on this one. I'm hoping we don't need to put a weight on the M7. We'll have to wait and see when the time comes for moving some stuff around. This weight was required for a lot of the stuff we did. It's decent horsepower, but there's just not enough weight with this M5, guys.
The weight is sign of reliability.
Now the M7, hopefully it's got the weight. We'll have to wait and see. Let's go do a little bit of work with this. We're gonna do some plowing today. I hope. Let me go take a look. Yeah, that cornfield's got to be tilled up, and we've got a bunch of bales. I've been taking bales off one at a time. Let's get these off the field so that we can get into work here. We'll Worry about tilling in a bit. Let's get the bales off first. Should be a relatively easy job for this tractor. I'm going to think we've got that Anderson bale trailer. Let's go pick that thing up. She's just in behind the shed over here. Now, guys, just so you know, we have had to update this map a little bit. We are now obviously with seasons enabled, as well as Maze Plus has been enabled now, which are 2 recommended mods for this particular map to get things to work properly. We're still working on a whole bunch of stuff on this map, but just so you guys are aware, the map does offer quite a few different little variations for feeding cattle. And trying to get all that to work together is interesting. It's something a little bit different. So working with Maze Plus as well as Seasons, of course, is going to make that work properly. And yeah, that's how that had to happen. So you might notice there's a bit of a change that's happened here. But we're on the first day of spring. Well, first part of spring. We still have a few days left to go through here to get through spring, of course. We got a lot of planting left to do. We did a lot of stuff to do here, guys. I'm so far behind, it feels like, right now since we fired it up this way. But like all this is ready to go. So let's go pick up these bales, get these off the field, get them put away into storage. Now, I have no expectations we're gonna have any problems with this. We got plenty of horsepower for this for this trailer at least. Yeah, it's gonna work just fine for this at least. I'm curious to see when we start plowing with it. We'll have to wait and see how the cornfield in the back there, how it handles it, because that's always a bit of a fight. We'll have to wait and see, guys. We don't have a huge plow, of course. It's fairly small. But you never know what kind of problems we're going to run into. First trailer loaded almost. You know what? We actually, we'll have just enough. It's only one more trailer, a half a trailer full. Not even. I think we may have like another 10 bales left out here. Let's crank this around. We've gotten most of them off the field already. So not a ton left over. We used a bunch of these over the winter, of course, to feed the cows. For bedding at least. And not a lot left, to be honest. All right, that'll do. Let's wrap that on up. Let's head back on the road, which is just right here. Get those hazards on, beacons on as well. All right, back over to the farm, and let's go dump these off into that storage barn. We do have a small storage barn I've been storing this stuff in, and this is going to be the same as that. So quiet out here, so quiet today. Up we go. Yeah, the tractor seems to be handling this pretty well. I was a little bit concerned that without the duals we might sink in a bit, but seems like it's dried up enough that we're not having that problem anymore. Turn those off. That's kind of annoying to have the beacons going. And we got to drop the bales in that barn right at the back here. All right, guys, we should be good with bales for straw bales, I think, for a while. Once we get the last little batch off here, hopefully these guys can come off fairly easily. Come on, baby. There we go. Good. And let's wrap this up. Oh no, I'm on top of my mower deck. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, lift up. Let's just. There we go. Yeah. I meant to do it that way. Perfect. We're not going to need too many bales. We haven't been going through a ton of them in the bed for bedding. A lot of the barns are all handled with everything we need to worry about with that. So it's got that whole manure system inside of the main barn right now. The bedding isn't really required for them, so we're okay there. Of course, we got the steer barn over here as well. Not a lot of bedding is needed in there. We don't end up going through a whole bunch of that for bedding wise. So I'm not too concerned with that. But I just want to get these off the field, really, because they're in my way. That's really the big reason. They're completely in my way. And last bale, that's all she wrote. Actually, more than what we got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times almost 15 bales. Is that 16 bales, actually? Not bad. All right, you know what? We'll go up the dirt road right here on the right instead of taking the highway all the way around. Be a little bit quicker. All right, now this field here needs to be tilled up. The rest are good. It's just we had the corn on this field, which we leased that corn header for it up to harvest all this up. This was a bit of a pain. I didn't really need the corn. I thought maybe I would, but anyways, I digress. We're going to till this up, get rid of all these old corn stalks. The rest of our fields down here were soybeans and canola. They are not a problem. I'm going to leave those. We'll direct drill those in the next couple days here and start getting ready to plant. Of course, canola probably first. The beans will wait a little bit until she warms up because she's still pretty chilly out here, guys. We still got some time before we're going to get some beans in the ground. But maybe canola might be able to go in. But this here, we need to till this up right away. Figure out what we're going to plant there. I don't really need corn anymore. The corn just didn't work out for us. It ended up being kind of pointless. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to plant there at some point, but we need to clean that all up first. This made a bit of a mess. I wasn't expecting that. I guess I'm going to have to fix this up later on. Whoops. Oh well. Is what it is. Let's just get these bales off here. This is not working out any way I expected it to.
Or possibly, try harder, stupid.
Oh man, big oof. This is a disaster in here. I need to get in here and clean these all up. Maybe Gertie can come in and take care of this for me. Look at this. This is ridiculous. That sounds like a project for another day. Not going to worry about that for now. Let's... Oh, watch out. Let's go pick up that plow. We're going to till up that cornfield and get that done with so we can get in there and plant when we need to. Planting's not... We're not ready yet. It's still too cold, but I want to be ready to go so that it can happen when it happens. So that it can happen when it... Never mind. You guys know what I mean. You guys are picking up what I'm throwing down, right?
Do you understand what I am saying?
Right back. Connect it up. Perfect. All right. Let's get in there. We need to get a bigger cultivator. Yeah, we need a bigger cultivator, guys. This thing's tiny. That's something I should invest in. A lot of the equipment we're running is pretty small. I need to invest in something a little bit bigger here pretty quick, I think. We've got a bigger tractor now, so that's a start, right? Look at this. We're already here. That's how fast it was. I mean, super quick, right? Drop this in. All right, let's just go around. We'll do a headline with this, see how she handles it. I'm not expecting any difficulties. I mean, if that smaller Kubota, the M5, can handle it, this M7 has got more weight, more horsepower. I don't have any expectations we're going to have any problems with this. Look at this. Looks good. Perfect. A little slow, but oh, it is what it is. It's not struggling at all. Oh, perfect. I like it. Perfect. Looks good. Let's do a couple headlands around this. Get this all tilled up, and we'll go from there, guys. It shouldn't take us. It'll take us about an hour, probably. I'm going to guess to get this done. Looks good so far. I'm happy with the tractor performance. Last couple passes. You know what? It's been doing all right, guys. The ground's a little frozen though. You know what? We're getting most of it out. It looks pretty good back here. Some of the corners I'm missing because of maybe not the best driving technique, I guess. Maybe we can blame it on me. Nah, it's not my fault. But no, in all seriousness, it's doing a great job. We're getting through this field pretty well. It looks like I'm pretty happy with this tractor. Not bad at all. New Kubota on the farm. I love it. So we'll wrap through this last little bit, but I think that's really much all we can do today. Things are still pretty frozen up here. It's too early to plant anything. We feed some cows and call our day. Look at all the mooers. Look at the ball. And we got the baby moos up top as well. We should probably feed those guys, make sure things all good there. Finally making some milk on the farm. Things are coming together. Perfect. That does it for that, guys. That looks great. But you know what? I did run into a small issue. I was just looking. Ice is slowly starting to melt off this. I mean, look at this. It's still frozen up here. This is kind of what I've been relying on for water for the cows. But she's pretty solid. She's pretty solid still. Need this ice to melt off here so these guys can get some water. Maybe I'll bring the trough down in a second. We'll take care of that. Ugh. I mean, how much water could they possibly need, right? I thought it was melted off, to be perfectly honest. I thought they were getting some water out of there. I don't think they're getting too much. Oh, that's rough in there. But I think I'll have to go feed them, get some water taken care of, and well, the rest of it will come due when it's due. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, slap the like. Don't forget to subscribe. And we're going to keep on trucking away here with the Kubota farm. So we'll catch you next time here on the Kubota Dairy Farm. Once again, this is Klutch. Over and out.